Hello, Aquarius. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. How are you guys? Thank you so much for being here and for tuning in. This is your love and life reading for the first half of November, from November 1st all the way through the 15th. General reading, as always, Aquarius, it's not going to resonate with every single person. So please do take from this what makes sense for you, your life, your situation, your relationship, and let go of what does not resonate with you. If you are interested in a private reading, that information is down below in the description box, and I will also have a list of the card decks that I use for my readings, Aquarius. All right, guys, so let's get started. I wanted to grab a couple of focus messages from a couple of decks that I pulled for this reading, Aquarius. So the first one is by All Things Intuitive. This is the Hidden Truth Oracle, and then we'll go ahead and grab an additional focus message from the Moonology card deck. So let's take a look and see what needs to be expressed here, Aquarius, between you and this person for this particular reading, whoever it is that you're thinking about. All right, let's take a look and see. Let's take a look and see what words, feelings, and emotions need to be addressed here. You are the best thing in my life. This is how they feel about you, and you could certainly feel that way about somebody else as well, that they were the best thing that's ever happened in your life. What a beautiful message coming through there. All right, let's grab an additional focus message from the Moonology card deck. For Aquarius, please, angels and spirit guides, what else do we need to know at this time through this focus message for Aquarius? Let me fan these out. Let's see what card I am guided to pull. Let's get this one. Confidence is your key to success. Beautiful message. That taps into the new moon in Leo. So a couple of really nice focus messages coming through here for you, Aquarius. Those are some really nice messages. All right, so let's go ahead and start. I am going to start off with the Flames of Alchemy Divine Masculine deck. I've been using these quite a lot lately, but I really feel guided to use them for the first half of November. So this is initially going to delve into the energies of the Divine Masculine. It is important to note that it's just energy, so it could definitely resonate with male or female, okay? So however way it makes sense for you. So angels and spirit guides for Aquarius, focusing on Divine Masculine energy, please bring it forward at this time. So what's going on with the Divine Masculine here? Let's take a look and see. But yeah, you are the best thing in my life. What a beautiful message. Confidence is your key to success, Aquarius. Some pretty great advice coming through there from the focus messages. All right, so we've got cowardly energy coming forward from the Divine Masculine, as well as the word manipulate coming forward from that card right there. So he's in that space of feeling cowardly, afraid to go after what it is or who it is that he wants. And it's interesting that confidence is being represented through this focus message, which I feel my Divine Masculine currently is lacking. And when we try to manipulate things, that doesn't necessarily have to be a negative. It could be that he's creating changes, manipulating the situation so that it could actually progress beyond where it's been, especially if you guys have been dealing with some challenging issues in your lives. Because when we manipulate through an obstacle or a maze that is representing our life at the moment, life doesn't just go on a straight line. It's constantly turning in different directions, and it's up to us to be able to maneuver and manipulate our way through those challenges and obstacles. And I feel for my Divine Masculines, that's what's going on here. We've got codependency as the next card. So my Divine Masculines might be drinking a little bit too much or engaging in unhealthy type behaviors, toxic type behaviors is what's coming forward from that. But I gravitate more so towards somebody who might be just drinking too much, or might be dealing with a drug addiction, a gambling problem, things of that nature. This could also come forward as somebody who brings forward that obsessive type energy, especially towards a person, especially thinking about somebody that more than likely the divine masculine is in separation from, and they have a lot of time on their hands. And it's so fitting how this is the next card. We've got boredom, followed by family, and lastly, connect. He's afraid to reach out, possibly. And if there is a family dynamic that is in separation here, for those of you who have children, for those of you who have already built a family life together or blended families, however way that makes sense for you. And if there is a separation here, I've got a divine masculine who is in this space of boredom, not a whole lot going on there, but also afraid to reach out, afraid to connect with the divine feminine, afraid to connect with family for whatever reason. You know, he's picked up his phone so many times, wanted to text, wanted to call, but just hasn't. Even though my divine masculine is well aware of the fact that more than likely the divine feminine was the best thing that's ever happened to him, he's still, at this time anyway, too afraid to take any sort of action to be able to reconnect. He's trying, but at the same time, he doesn't quite know how to get there. And so in the meantime, he's got a lot of time on his hands and he's bored. Not having a whole lot of confidence in what he can do to create the changes that are necessary here. All right, let's add to this with some Mystic Moon oracles by Mystic Moon, of course. So let's take a look and see for you, Aquarius, focusing still on divine masculine energy, what else needs to come through here. All right. You know, it's like he wants to reach out, but he hasn't. He's afraid to reach out. Still, you know, hiding behind this mask that he might be pretending to be okay, that everything's fine, but really it's not. This is somebody who might be drinking a little bit too much, gambling, smoking too much, you know, whatever it is, engaging in just a very toxic type way of living. I haven't even officially started shuffling this, and look at the bottom card, family. There's a reason why I noticed that, so I'm going to pull that. The card right after that is numbing, which to me is somebody, once again, numbing their feelings, drinking too much, not wanting to feel. What else, please, for Aquarius? I was guided to pull those two cards. All right, so material world. Focused on his pentacles, focused on his career, his job. Especially if my divine masculine has been struggling financially, just trying to make more money, or trying to find a job if he's unemployed. I do feel some of my divine masculines are unemployed, having too much time on their hands and just bored. There's not a whole lot of movement here. The next card after that is Purge. I feel that is what's necessary here for the divine masculine to release and purge what is no longer serving him. Letting go of the baggage from the past, letting go of what's weighing him down. That's contributing to this codependent behavior. Card after that is Destruction, which represents the Tower in traditional tarot. But I love this next card, which is Healing, because that's what's needed to bring the family back together, to reconnect with each other, to reconnect with the divine feminine here. There was a tower moment in this relationship, I feel. It leveled things out from the situation that was no longer serving a purpose in this relationship, in this connection, in the family dynamic. It was unexpected, more than likely, out of the blue. Somebody made a decision to end things, possibly. Could have been the divine feminine. It definitely created trauma and chaos in this situation. And if there, again, were children involved here, it was not an easy time. It was not an easy thing to go through whatsoever. Very difficult. But one great thing about the tower, if there's anything positive that can come out of that, it is giving you the opportunity to start over. Because it levels things out. Like it literally levels things out that are no longer serving a purpose or uplifting you in your life. So that you have the opportunity to rebuild and create more positive energies in your life, more of a positive structure, so that you can create a stronger situation for yourself and anyone else involved in that situation. Part of the tower moment as well is a heartbreak, going through a mourning period, grief over a relationship that has come to an end. And all you can do at this point is to learn from the mistakes that were made in whatever role the divine masculine may have contributed to the issues that went down and created this tower moment. You know, it takes two to tango, so I'm not blaming the divine masculine wholly for what went down here, but I feel that there was some sort of contribution from the divine masculine that resulted in a separation. But it is giving you a blessing in disguise. That's part of the energy of the tower. It may not seem like a blessing at the time because it's devastating, but it creates more room for things to come into your life that's way better suited for you. It could also indicate financial problems, so makes sense that we've got that material card represented here. Especially if my divine masculines are struggling to find a job, struggling to pay the bills, making ends meet, just living from paycheck to paycheck. And of course, the tower is conflicts. It's separation. For some of you, it is divorce. That could certainly be contributing to why my divine masculine is struggling financially due to divorce elements for some of you. But next to that healing card, there is movement that will be created by that healing to allow the divine masculine to learn from his mistakes and land on his feet once again. He just needs to restore balance back in his life. All right, so let's add some tarot to this, guys. Let's see what else I can grab for you, Aquarius, focusing still on divine masculine energy. This is the Twin Flame Journey Tarot by Mystic Moon. And of course, you don't have to identify with a twin flame connection. That is just the name of the card deck. Angels and spirit guides for Aquarius, please. What else do we need to know, focusing on divine masculine energy? Let's see what else needs to come through here. We already have a tower moment. Somebody who is in that space of codependency, very bored, cowardly, wants so badly to connect with family, with the divine feminine, but is not taking any sort of action. Here we are with that devil energy, obsession. Let me move these guys up so you can see better. Yeah, the devil card in tarot, guys, it's tapping into Capricorn energy typically. You know, but not so fixated on the signs really. But there is some sort of obsession, which to me is very similar to this codependency card. This is bondage, this is restriction, this is stagnation. somebody who feels trapped in their situation or living in excess, certainly tapping once again into that codependency. It is somebody who's got addictions, whether drinking, whether drugs, food, sex, smoking, overspending, working too much, gambling, codependent behavior. That is what the devil represents. Very self-limiting behavior. And since it's falling on the divine masculine, it is the need to learn from these experiences so that, one, you end up not repeating those patterns, but there has to be a desire here to end whatever negative conditions the divine masculine is saturating himself in. And in regard to a romantic connection, the devil is still having feelings and love for somebody that you've lost, but wanting to reconnect with, hoping to start over. And, we've got this connect card right there. So the desire is there, but I have a divine masculine who's afraid to reach out. He's feeling cowardly. When we are coming forward with that cowardly energy, there's fear there, there's hesitation, there is stagnation that's represented through that. So my divine masculine, perhaps that you need to create a better direction, a better plan for yourself. You know that you need to make decisions, but you need to make them carefully so that you end up not repeating destructive, codependent type behavior and anything that is no longer serving you. The next card, guys, look at this. Once again, the Tower, divine intervention. I feel it's so interesting that the word intervention is used in this particular deck because, again, I feel somebody needed that. Some of my divine masculines really needed that type of intervention, especially those of you dealing with addictions. It's needed here. We've got 2 Tower cards representing itself here, focused on the divine masculine. So it hasn't been easy. And perhaps that's why my divine masculine is numbing himself from feeling anything or dealing with anything, because it's just too much. It's too heavy right now. It's a burden that's just knocking him down to the ground. Next card is 9 of Pentacles. That's Earth energy. Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. I have a female figure in this photo, in this particular deck, and the word down below says independence. So for me, this is coming through as a divine feminine that is very independent of the divine masculine, not really needing him, not really needing this connection. But 9s tap into things that can come to fruition. The 9 of Pentacles is fruits of labor. It is reckless spending. It is rewards as well. And it's interesting how it falls right below material world. So I feel for some of my divine masculines, you've been burning the candle at both ends and just spending every penny that you've made before you even earned it. Tapping yourself out financially. Perhaps trying to impress the divine feminine by possibly buying things, giving her gifts, knowing that you really don't have the money to be able to afford those gifts. That's coming through for some of you guys. We've got the 10 of Swords right after that. Painful ending. We've got 2 Tower cards and the 10 of Swords. That is air energy. That's your own energy, Aquarius. That includes Libra and Gemini, of course, as well. But yeah, a painful ending is what's happened here. That's part of the destruction that the Tower brings. It levels things out. It causes things to come to an end that needs to come to an end. But it hurts like hell. So it's totally understandable if I've got a divine masculine who's just not wanting to feel that pain. constantly drinking to numb himself, I feel, and that's turned into an addiction for some of you guys. Ten of Swords is, well, first of all, tens are completion in tarot, things that needed to come to completion. And the Ten of Swords is feeling defeated. It's dealing with a loss. It's dealing with a pretty major crisis. And I feel here that that's very similar to the energy as well that this destruction card is bringing forward. But we've got the Ten of Pentacles right after that. So for those of you who are resonating with this divine masculine energy, I feel, especially those who are dealing with financial struggles, that is temporary. I feel here that ultimately you'll get past that. And if you've been looking for a job, I feel eventually that you will find one and get you out of your financial struggles. The Ten of Pentacles in this deck, it does say ultimate achievement. It's tapping into your wealth now, the ability to get yourself out of that space of poverty and lack and putting you more into a space of wealth management. The card after that, guys, look at this. We've got the World. Another card talking about completion. So part of that World energy is once again tapping into Earth energy. So some of you guys might actually be thinking of somebody who's a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus. This is success. Yes, it is completion, but it is putting you into a place of success. And sometimes, something has to come to an end in order to move you forward. This is triumph. This is peace now. The Tower brings chaos. The World has the capability of allowing things to come to closure, bring it into completion, and restore peace in your life. This is liberation. This is fulfillment now. You can find happiness once again. You can create positive changes in your life. And it's going back to this focus message. Confidence is your key to success. You have to come from a place of confidence in order to claim for yourself what it is that you're looking for by moving things forward in a positive way. You can achieve your goals. That's a part of the energy of the World card. And in regard to a love connection, guys, another meaning of the World card is you can start over. But this time, start over on a new foundation. Remember, the Tower knocks that initial foundation down if it was rocky to begin with, if it was unstable to begin with. It levels things out so that you can rebuild and create a stronger foundation in your relationships especially. And that is what the World card is helping you to do, especially in a romantic relationship. You guys can start over. And the World also brings you unexpected money. So I feel here again, those struggling financially, it'll get better. All right, so that's for my divine masculines. Let's add some romance angels to this for you, Aquarius, and let's see what else needs to come through for this first half of November reading for you. What else needs to come through here? Angels and spirit guides for Aquarius, please. And we haven't even looked into the divine feminine, but we'll do that next. Love and romance. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. Okay, so for some of you that are resonating with this, perhaps when you guys met, there was just that sense of familiarity, like, hey, I've known you before, or do we know each other? That type of thing. And part of the reason why that is because you guys have already connected in a past life, and you're reconnecting in this life to continue that story, to continue the journey. Next card. You deserve love. Absolutely. You are lovable. this Cupid's arrow has the capability of making an impact in your life if you allow it to. But there's a lot here that needs to be released and purged out. Part of what needs to be purged out is this codependent behavior and part of the energy of that devil card, and allowing the Tower moment to heal. Next card after that is finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, because I feel for some of you, you might actually just be overextending yourself a little bit too much, especially in regard to your money. So it's time to refocus on that. And again, those who are looking for a job at this time, I feel some of you guys may actually get an offer. And for those of you that are just trying to get your resumes out there to be able to secure a job, just keep going. And I feel eventually you will be able to manifest that. Next card after that is keep an open mind. There is a soulmate bond that is being represented here. And for some of you, perhaps you have yet to make this connection. And for some of you, this is somebody that you want to reconnect with. This particular card reads, your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. When that comes forward to me, this is telling you that this is somebody unlike anybody that you've ever met. They are completely different from anyone else that you've ever dated or had been with. This is someone that may be from a different background. They could be a different ethnicity from you, a different religion, just completely different from anyone else that you've ever been interested in before, but they are coming through as a soulmate. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. They're just somebody else that's completely different from anyone else that you've ever met. But it's also coming forward here with this focused message, you were the best thing in my life. Perhaps the only way to realize that is by losing this person. Okay, so let's move on. That's for my divine masculines. Let's now move on and take a look and see what's going on in the divine feminines energies. All right, guys. So once again, we're going to start off with the counterpart to the divine masculine deck by Flames of Alchemy. This is now the divine feminine energy. Once again, guys, it can be male or female, however way you are resonating with the messages. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius. What needs to come through, focusing on the divine feminine. Please bring it forward for me. For Aquarius. What's going on with my divine feminine? She's in between worlds. Can't decide what it is that she wants to do quite yet. Still needs a little bit more time. Next card is higher self. So she's coming through from a higher vibration, trying to see things from a higher perspective, knowing that there's a higher power at hand here that's guiding the direction of her life. Coming forward with free spirit, meditation, some of my divine feminines are in this seat of despair, especially since we have a couple of tower moments that are represented from the divine masculine. So yeah, there is a divine feminine here who's on the fence, not quite knowing what it is quite yet that she wants to do. So, trying to go within, trying to figure things out, healing a broken heart, trying to move away from this heavy energy of despair. That takes time to heal from. And I feel for some of my divine feminines, you have. It hasn't been easy, but, you're coming through here now with that very free energy, very free-spirited, and trying to enjoy life once again. All right, let's add some mystic moon oracles to this. Angels and spirit guides for Aquarius, for my divine feminines, please. What else do we need to know here? And again, that focus message, confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. This is something that you both need. Fear. To me, I typically tap into divine masculine from this, but since it's coming through for the divine feminine, she is in a space of fear. She's afraid. Afraid of getting hurt. Afraid to fully invest in the connection once again. Even though she knows that this could have been the best thing that could have ever happened to her. When the tower comes down, it's devastating. It's painful. So it's totally understandable for the divine feminine if she just needs to take a minute to reassess and figure things out. Learn from the lessons. Let go of the baggage from the past. And it's going to take time to overcome these fears. So she's trying to look at things from a higher perspective, higher than herself, so that she can understand what's going on here. Look at this next card, guys. We've got twin flame. There's a twin flame connection that's being represented here. We have crossroads, followed by patience. And we've got dark night of the soul. So part of the reason why I feel my divine feminine is in this seat of despair is because she knows that the divine masculine might be in a dark space right now. She knows that she has to have patience to see things through, but there is also this stalemate type energy. She's at a crossroads. She doesn't know what to do right now in regard to more than likely a twin flame connection for some of you. Afraid to get hurt, afraid to fully invest. So she's just trying to take some time to figure out where it is that she wants to invest her energies. We move these guys up and let's go ahead and grab some tarot to add to this. Once again, relying on the messages from the Twin Flame Journey Tarot deck by Mystic Moon. We do have a twin flame connection being represented here from the divine feminine. That is her perception of this connection. Angels and spirit guides for Aquarius, please. Focusing on divine feminine energy. What else do we need to know here, please? For the first half of November. What else do we need to know, please? Aquarius, divine feminine, justice, soul contract, the need for balance. We've got the Fool right after that. Activation is needed here in regard to this twin flame connection. We've got the Lovers card following that. As you can see at the bottom of this card, it does say twin flame connection. So that's an added affirmation and confirmation here from the angels that some of you guys might be in a twin flame bond with somebody that you more than likely are in separation from. We've got the Knight of Wands coming right after that. This card says passionate adventure. I feel here that there's a lot of fire, a lot of passion between the two of you. And the divine feminine recognizes this, but with a divine masculine in a dark space, perhaps it's taking him a little bit longer to recognize exactly just how special this is. Card after that is Five of Pentacles. Pentacles are earth energy. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Wands are fire. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And the Lovers card is typically Gemini energy. So for some of you guys, you might have a twin flame who is a Gemini. That's a possibility. We've also got that Justice card, which typically is Libra energy. Okay, so however way that is making sense for you. Wow. So part of the energies of the Justice card is honesty and fairness and the truth. I feel that's what my divine feminine is looking for in this connection. She doesn't want to be blindsided by anything unexpected. You guys have already been through a Tower moment. That's what's causing this fear. She doesn't want to repeat that. That's what's weighing her down and causing her to be in between worlds, not quite sure where it is that she wants to be or where it is that she wants to invest her energies. But the Justice card allows my Divine Feminine to be able to see things from both sides when she's ready. It is a need for balance and harmony. That's what's needed in the physical world here, but she's in between worlds right now. And that's totally understandable because experiencing a Tower moment is not easy. But she will have her day. Justice will triumph here. For those of you guys dealing with any sort of legal entanglements, my Divine Feminines, you will come out on top. Those settlements will fall in your favor. This is the need to make a decision now and move forward when my Divine Feminine is ready. Right now, I don't feel that she's ready. I'm saying she, but it could be he as well, okay? It's just energy. But it's a time to focus on what it is that you want now. What goals do you have in mind for yourself? You can actually achieve that for yourself. For those of you guys having health struggles, the Justice card is addressing that, and things will eventually clear up. You have the capability of solving your problems here for my Divine Feminines. Just all you need to do is really take responsibility for your own actions and whatever role that you might have played in causing that Tower moment to come down. Because the Fool is here. The Fool offers you a new beginning, a fresh start with this person that you are more than likely in separation from. Just take that leap of faith and go for it. The Fool can represent a very exciting lover as well. There are great adventures that you can have with your Divine Masculine if you're open to it, but you guys actually have to be on the same page. Right now, I've got a Divine Masculine who's coming forward with codependent energy, and he's operating from a dark space. So there's positive changes that can actually come in for my Divine Feminine, but you got to have confidence and know that you are deserving of those things. And now we've got the Lovers card coming through here, once again tapping into this twin flame connection. There is a decision that needs to be made here eventually, and that will happen in time. But you got to take your time as well. That's part of this Patience card that's coming through there. But this Knight of Wands, lots of energy, creating motion in this situation, this relationship, very passionate, full of lust and adventure, a lust for life, a lust for the Divine Feminine. But right now, my Divine Feminine is in a heavy space as well. Some of you guys are in despair, very sad, very melancholy energy, isolated, feeling alone, just trying to figure things out for yourself. And if that's time that you need to yourself to go within and figure things out, take the time. You can't rush major decisions here. You got to take your time until you are in the right headspace to be able to make better choices for yourself. All right, guys. So let's add to this Aquarius with some romance angels once again. Still focusing on Divine Feminine energy. So angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius Divine Feminine. What else do we need to know here? What else do we need to know for Aquarius Divine Feminine? Okay, healing family issues. Card after that is Trust, followed by Attraction, followed by Children. Okay, very fitting considering, let me go back to the Divine Masculine's cards. We do have family that is represented there. So some of you guys have a family, some of you have children, and as a result of separation and distance here, your family has been torn apart. And these children have been affected by the separation. It doesn't matter how old these children are. They could be infants, they could be toddlers, they could be school age, teenagers, or even adults. They were still affected. And there's healing that needs to occur here. And the Divine Feminine is recognizing this. She knows that trust has to be restored in this connection. There's still this pretty intense attraction towards the Divine Masculine. And of course, her children are very much a part of her mind space and her heart space. She knows that they were affected by all this. But she's just trying to figure things out for herself in the meantime. That's what I'm tapping into there. All right. So that's what's going on with the Divine Feminine, guys. All right. Let's go ahead and grab some additional messages to add to this and continue to analyze whatever messages the angels feel you would benefit from at this time, Aquarius. Okay. So let's add to this. This is the Infinity Oracle by Fire Witch Tarot. Let's take a look and see what else needs to be communicated here. Angels and spirit guides for Aquarius for the first half of November. Please bring it forward. I feel if you guys can meet each other halfway and realize that this is a connection that was meant to be, and that, you know, you both feel like you are the best thing in my life. But if you are in a space of feeling out of balance, or if you're not confident that you guys can work it out, that's hindering progress here. That's preventing movement. That's putting you guys in a stalemate type energy. Okay? We've got self-care. You have to take care of yourself. Sometimes when we're going through some pretty stressful things in our life, we forget to take care of ourselves. And this is a reminder for you, Aquarius, that it's time to go back to self-care. Put yourself first so that you can take care of the rest of your family, so that you can be a better partner for the person that you're focused on for this reading. But you got to put yourself first and take care of you. Let's see what else. What else, please, for Aquarius for this first half of November? Ooh, money, guns, and alcohol. Let me go back to the Divine Masculine cards. Okay, we've got codependency there, which already is tapping into codependency towards alcohol. Money issues. We've got that destruction, the need to purge things out of his life. Numbing energy. This is all coming from the Divine Masculine. A painful ending. Tower. Jesus, the devil. You know, so I feel here that my Divine Masculine is coming forward with some pretty heavy energies here by way of this card. Struggles with money, that's already come through. Struggles with addictions, that's already come through. But now in regard to guns, if you guys have a partner who is in possession of a weapon, or if they have threatened to use this, you know, that's totally understandable. If I've got a Divine Feminine who's afraid that he might get violent and use that, okay? So however way it's playing itself out for your life, Aquarius, if you happen to be Divine Feminine, you know, I wouldn't ever guide you to go back to a connection where there was violence, or if you felt that your life was threatened. That is not what this reading is about. So if some of you guys are dealing with somebody that is coming forward with that energy, then it's understandable why that tower came down and leveled that out of your life, because that's not something that you are deserving of, and that is not something that's putting you in a place of stability and safety and bringing you the security and love that you're looking for. So totally understandable now why we've got the Tower coming through twice in this reading. That's a very specific message, but I feel here that that needed to be communicated. Okay, we've got communication coming through as well. I feel that's what's needed here between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. But it's not the right time, I feel, especially with my divine feminine who is dealing with despair, depression, or anxiety, still in between worlds, focused more than likely on knowing that the divine masculine is in a dark space. So totally understandable why she's at that crossroads and unable to make the decision here. Let me grab one more here. One more card, please, for Aquarius. For this first half of November, angels and spirit guides. For Aquarius, please. I feel one more. One more card, please. Masculine, waiting on you. So this is telling me for some of you guys that the divine masculine is waiting to hear from the divine feminine when she's ready. You can't rush that communication into coming to fruition, but he's waiting to hear either a phone call, a text, an email, or just the divine feminine taking that first step to go and visit the divine masculine, however way it plays itself out. He's waiting, he's ready. But in the meantime, he's got some work to do on himself as well. All right, let's add some additional messages from the Signs from Spirit Love Oracle here. Angels and spirit guides for Aquarius, please. What else do we need to learn for the first half of November? But yeah, be confident, guys, in all of your decision-making processes for the first half of November. And I really feel that it will create changes and help you to move forward in your life. Look at this. Beautiful. We've got the rainbow giving you renewal. This is happy energy. This is giving you the opportunity to definitely move forward. And it's giving new life to a situation that perhaps you thought it was over. So in regard to a love connection that you're wanting this person back in your life, I feel that with this rainbow renewal card, you will have that opportunity. What else, please, for Aquarius? Angels and spirit guides, what else do we need to know for the first half? We've got shark and survival. Interesting how that's falling right below money, guns, and alcohol. So for those of you who are just trying to survive the day-to-day, especially if you ever felt that your life was in danger as a result of having a partner who threatened your life or who was abusive, this person is representing the shark here. So again, totally understandable why that Tower moment came down. The next card is gray, depressed, detached, unemotional, so it's totally understandable why there is no communication right now. This situation needs healing, and it needs time, and it needs patience. And I feel here it's just a matter of time before you hear from this person. Let's grab one more. I feel one more card. 777, so fitting. In Vegas, it's a great number, right? But in this particular deck, it reads rapid soul development that comes from challenging times. You can't help but learn and grow from dealing with Tower moments that come down on your life. You learned from it. They are very challenging moments in one's life. And your soul learns from it so that you don't repeat those patterns. And you will overcome. You will get past that. the veil will be lifted for those of you dealing with depression and anxiety, feeling detached from this, for my divine feminines who are in between worlds, for those who are numbing yourselves so that you can just be unemotional about everything. That's not how it works. You know, you have to face it. You have to deal with what's going on here. See things from a more confident space. That's what's going to bring you the success that you're looking for here. Whether that has something to do with your love life, your job, your other relationships, family, you need to be confident and claim what it is that you're wanting. And for those of you who are simply in separation from somebody that tower moment came down, but you know that it's worth salvaging that relationship, you know, this is coming through as you were the best. You were the best thing in my life, and now you guys are in separation. So there is healing involved here. That's what's needed here. Divine timing is at play here as well. All right, so let's add some healing messages to this. Angels and spirit guides focusing on Aquarius, please. Please bring forward some healing messages for Aquarius for this first half of November reading. Forgiveness. The ability to forgive, to release, to let go, so that you're no longer a vessel for anger, for hate, for pain, for frustration, for trust issues, whatever it is that's weighing you down. Forgiveness is needed. Now, for those of you who dealt with an abusive partner and you don't want any part of that person any longer, that's totally understandable and I get it. But you have to find it in your heart to forgive the situation, forgive the person. That doesn't mean that you condone what they did. You just don't want to be holding on to the baggage of that tower. Let it go, learn from it, release it, and move on. That's all you can do. And for those of you willing to reconnect and have a reconciliation with someone, there has to be forgiveness there as well. You guys have to sit down and talk about the challenges, what overwhelmed your relationship and brought that tower down. There has to be forgiveness there. There cannot be resentments and things left undiscussed. You know, everything has to be talked about so that you're not holding on to any baggage from the past. And move it forward and find happiness with each other once again. Bottom of the deck is music. So perhaps there are certain songs that you listen to that come on the radio or are favorite songs of yours where it's tapping into your heart space and can be so relatable for your situation, and it brings about healing in your heart. And I feel here that that's so needed, and it's so fitting how this is the next card. Healing. Allow that healing to begin. Allow that healing to move you to the next level of your life, put you onto a better path, Aquarius. You can find happiness once again. And some of you, I feel if you're both able to work on the connection together and just sit down and talk and open up lines of communication when you're both ready, you guys can work through this. We also have freedom. So for those of you who have chosen to break free of a toxic connection, good for you. You deserve better. You deserve somebody that can love you the way you deserve. You deserve to find the confidence in yourself once again to go after whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life. And I feel here that you can have it. They can't take that away from you. All right, guys. So that's where I'm going to leave this reading for you, Aquarius. Lots to take in here. And I hope that whoever was able to resonate with these messages, that it brought you peace, that it brought you clarity, and it offered you the guidance that you really needed to hear at this time. If you would like your own personal private reading, that information is down below in the description box. And I'll be back soon, Aquarius, with more readings for you. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me. I'll see you next time. Take care.